everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven, and thank you very much for joining me today. And I just want to start off by apologising. It's the Easter holiday, so I have the kids at home, so it may get a bit noisy in this video, so I do apologise. So today's video we are going to be making this cute Easter peekaboo treat box. And if you've been following me for a few years, you would have seen I've made a smaller version of these boxes. I did one with the Simply Made Crafts Halloween collection, and then I did another Easter one a good few years ago. If I remember, I will leave the link in the video description bar of those two tutorials, so go and check them out. This is what it looks like, and how adorable is that? And then you take the lid off to reveal some chocolate eggs in there. So to decorate this, I used the Papercraft Essentials issue 222. I've used this quite a lot. Again, I'll leave that link in the description bar if you haven't got your hands on this magazine yet. So let's start making this. So I have everything all cut and layered and all ready here, just to save time. But instead of having the measurements in the description bar below, I am going to tell you the measurements now. So we're going to start off with the lid. So your lid needs to be cut to 9 9/16 of an inch by 9 9/16 of an inch, and then you're going to score it at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. Then for the base, this piece measures 9.5 by 9.5 inches, and then you'll score again at 1.5 on all 4 sides. As you can see, I've added my adhesive already. Then for the layering pieces, I've used some coloured cardstock, and then I've used the beautiful pattern paper out of that magazine. So the coloured colour cardstock, you will need 4 that measure 1 3/8 of an inch by 6 3/8 of an inch. And then for your pattern paper, you will need 4 that measures 1 1/4 by 6 1/4. Then for the centerpiece, your coloured card will measure 6 3/8 by 6 3/8. And then your paper will be 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. And then I've drawn my shape here, so I'm wanting a square in the middle. If you have a die, then you could use that, but I haven't got a die that measures this size. So this measures 4.5 by 4.5. So what I did was I cut a piece of black card that measures 4.5 by 4.5, placed it in the center, traced around it, and then I have my pencil line, so I have that as my guide to cut that out. Then you'll need a piece of acetate that measures 5 by 5, and I've added my adhesive for that. And then for the inserts, you will need one piece that measures 9 1/4 by 6 3/8, and along the 9 1/4 inch side, you will score it at 3 1/8, 4 5/8, and 6 1/8. And then for your smaller piece, this measures 9 1/4 by 3 1/8. And again, the score measurements are the same. So along the long side, 3 1/8, 4 5/8, and 6 1/8. For the paper, for your smaller pieces, you'll need 2 that measures 3 by 3. Then 2 that measure 1 3/8 by 3. For your larger piece, you'll need 2 that measure 3 by 6 1/4, and then 2 pieces that measure 6 1/4 by 1 3/8. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start off by cutting our opening. So I'm just going to get my ruler and a craft knife, and obviously a cutting mat, and I'm just going to follow that pencil line and cut that out. You might have to do a few passes because obviously it's got a few layers, so I'm going to do that and then I will come back. Okay, so there we go. So now we're going to get our acetate and we're going to just peel off the backing and stick that down. So there we go. So now what we need to do is we need to fold on our score lines. So we're going to start off with the lid and we're just going to give them a good crease with our bone folder. Then you're going to grab your pair of scissors and you'll see here we have these 4 squares in each corner. We're going to cut up this score line here. So you've got this tab, then you're going to cut it at an angle and also just trim it down a little bit. Fold that over. Do the same on this side, so cut up this score line here, cut at an angle like so, and just give that a trim. Do the same on the opposite side. Okay, I've gone ahead and peeled off the backing on my double-sided tape. I would probably recommend using liquid glue if you're putting something heavy in this, but I'm just using double-sided tape because it's quicker for the video. So we're just going to fold in the sides like so. And just do that all the way around. Okay, and there is your lid. So you're going to do the same again with the base. Fold on your score lines, do your cutting exactly the same as the lid, add your glue and fold that up, and then I'll be back when I've done mine. Okay, so that's the base done. Now we're going to bring the inserts in. So we have the large one. So you're going to add your adhesive on one of these sections here. Then just fold that over like so. Okay, so then it will look like this. That will go in there. And you can glue them down if you want to, but I'm not going to. Again, the smaller piece, add your adhesive on one of these sections here, fold that over and then fold them back and then add that in there. So in the other one I did add some crinkle paper, so I'm going to do that. So then when they've took that out, they will see this bit is optional, so you don't have to add the paper if you don't want to. It's just I wanted to, so then when they remove the crinkle paper they can see the beautiful paper. So I'm going to add some crinkle paper, and I've just got this one here. Got this from Poundland. So now we need to just decorate our lid. So I want to add some ribbon. So I've got this teal coloured one, and I'm just going to add it around the front and wrap it around my lid, and I'm also going to cross it over so it will look like this, and then add a bow in the middle. So I'm going to do that. And then all we need to do is just add our decorations. So I've got the sheep. I'm going to do the sheep for this one. And I've got a happy birthday sentiment this time. And I've got some little flags and the bunny. So I want the bunny and the chick popping out. So I think what I'm going to do is I want to add my sentiment here first, so I'm going to add that, and then I can work out where I want my bunny popping and add the bunny behind here, so he can be peeking out from there. Chick, and I'm wanting that to pop out from the top here. Some eggs behind the sheep, so I have these ones here, so I'm just going to place that where I want it. In fact, I'm going to remove the bow for the minute and add that there, and then I can position this behind the sheep. So there. Then I can add my bow back on. I'm going to add my butterfly in the corner here. And then we have these flags that I've just cut out from the paper. And there we go. And then all we need to do is add our chocolate. So I've actually got a variety of different chocolates in here. So I've still got some eggs, but I just want to see what other things will fit in here. So will that fit in there? Yep, so we have this chocolate bunny that can go in there. And rabbits, they can also go in there. So you don't have to just put chocolate eggs in here. You can put whatever treats you want. Even the lollipops will fit in there, so they could add a couple like so. Even these lollipops here can go in there. You don't just have to have the chocolate eggs, and I'm going to pop the lid on there. Right, so there we go. So there's that one, and there is the rabbit one. So I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and give it a go. And as always, products used in this video will be linked in the video description bar. And let me know which is your favorite. Is it the rabbit or the sheep? Anyway guys, take care, and I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.